There. All fixed. Oh, shit. Oh, thank God. It was just a dream. Oh, shit! I think I've got a problem. But there might be one movie that can explain it. The story of the Fantastic Four movie is actually a long and very interesting one, but let's hit the basics. Firstly, Marvel sold the rights to Constantin Films, a German film production company back in the late 80s, which became the infamous Roger Corman one. But we'll be tackling that movie at a later time. Flash forward a few more years and Fox gives the thumbs up to make a big budget film, and from 1995 to its release 10 years later, it went through a lot of directors and writers, from Chris Columbus and Mark France to Mark Frost and Tim Story? Oh God, Tim Story? Mr. Story is a very hit or miss director. For every barbershop, you're just as likely to get a taxi. So is the Fantastic Four just that? Fantastic? What with director changes, constant rewrites, 10 years of development, and a production company breathing down your neck? Let's take a look at Fantastic Four. The movie begins with childhood friends Reed Richards and Benjamin Grimm visiting Dr. Victor Von Doom, a name that is so villainous its only rival may be Dr. Evil.
I can't. When a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good.
They're trying to get him to fund a space mission to study cosmic radiation, but Dr. Claw here is really out to just embarrass him and rub Reed's ex-girlfriend right in his face.
Director of Genetic Research, Susan Storm.
Okay, stop. You're introducing way too many characters. Let's slow down and take a look at them. Reed Richards is played by Johan Griffith, which makes sense, because he's on this sinking ship of a film.
Is there anyone alive out there?
The man who's going to play the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, Benjamin Grimm, is played by Michael Chiklis.
Hey, Mo! Your sister's ass really tastes as sweet as Alvarez here says it does.
Dr. Doom here is played by Julian McMahon, who holds another PhD thanks to Nip Tuck.
Are you a doctor?
Plastic surgeon.
And Jessica Alba plays Susan Storm, who's no stranger to comic book movies at all.
Skinny little Nancy Callahan. She grew up.
Doom says he'll help, but he's going to want just about everything the research would yield.
25% of $1 billion is enough to keep the lights on for a while, isn't it?
Wait, so Reed owns a building in central New York and he's broke? This is why we had the housing crisis, people. As Sue escorts them out, she introduces the pilot for the mission, her brother Johnny Storm, played by the king of the comic book movie, Chris Evans.
Remember my brother Johnny?
Just to be clear, this is Chris Evans' first superhero movie, which just goes to show you, if you give a guy a second chance, they can make a great movie. Come on! You can do it! I know you can! So as the crew preps for launch, we finally get the first family of superheroes in the same room, where we get a damn good look at Jessica Alba modeling the latest in superhero incoming attire.
See, now that means it keeps the hot stuff hot and it keeps the cool stuff cool.
Oh, like the McDLT.
You get a hot side hot. You get a cool side cool. New McDLT.
Good God, I'm old. They fly up in the Orville to Doom's space station, where they all prepare for the cosmic event, but tensions are high.
Got it?
So take a walk, Ben.
Aw, snap, you just got doomed, son! As Victor tries to woo Susan into marrying him, Reed realizes that the storm is actually happening in minutes and not hours like he calculated. Which is so odd, really. I mean, this guy is supposed to be the smartest man on the planet, and he basically forgot to carry the two. With Ben still outside, the crew try to rescue him before it's too late. Well, almost the whole crew.
What are you doing?
Closing the shits.
You can't just leave them out there.
Watch me.
Yes, I've done nothing, and I'm all out of ideas. They're all struck by the storm and awaken with no explanation of how they got back to Earth, where it turns out that they all seem just fine.
Ben, you had the best.
Give me that mirror.
Mirror!
With the yet-to-be-named Fantastic Four still under observation, Johnny starts to get a little cabin crazy and invites the girl from Sliders to go snowboarding with him. Meanwhile, Ben tries to convince Reed to reignite his relationship with Sue.
We're fully successful.
Well, maybe you should date him then.
He keeps telling me no. As Johnny gives the nurse a burning sensation, we see Victor developing his own abilities. Ha ha! You diverged from the comics! Shame! Shame! But the others start showing their own abilities.
What do you mean you can't? Look at me!
I agree, she should have been more transparent with her feelings. Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no! So with Sue turning invisible, Reed stretching, and Johnny catching fire, they all race to Ben's room to check on him.
That's gross.
Ben decides to return home to get back to his fiancée Debbie. And oh my god, look at that thing! Wow. I can't believe there were still payphones in 2005. He tries to explain things to her, but it's just no good, and he wanders off into the night. Probably to find Raphael, since they both shop at the same store.
Where did they come up with this stuff?
Reed and the Storms are meeting up with Debbie to try to find Ben, who just so happens to be on the same bridge that they're crossing. How convenient!
Hey, little guy. You're not afraid of me, are you?
I'm not even halfway done with this movie, and this bird has already outdone my review.
Perfect.
A man trying to commit suicide, probably to get out of the movie, falls onto the road, forcing Ben to rescue him. Good job? With everyone on the bridge crowding around Ben, the others can't get to him. So what's their solution?
Sue, you're close. Lose them.
Yep.
Still can't believe you made me do that.
Yeah, what was the point of that again? Oh yeah, right, of course.
Wow, you've been working out.
Shut up.
But hold on, they haven't caused enough destruction yet, as a tanker from earlier explodes, causing a fire truck to teeter over the side of the bridge, requiring all of them to work together to save everyone.
I got you.
Who's got you?
They save the day, but that's not going to fix Ben, as Debbie decides to leave him right there. Why, that ungrateful bitch! I hope she gets attacked by zombies! Oh shit! The group returns to the Baxter building where, Stan Lee! Where Doom comes by to threaten Reed.
Science projects, I just want to fix it.
Reed begins testing everyone to identify and understand their individual abilities, as if it's not obvious enough already. Victor is also developing powers, breaking from the traditional comic book origins of Dr. Doom.
That's terrible news.
Meanwhile, the Fantastic Four are having difficulty adapting to their new lives and popularity.
I can't believe I'm doing this again.
I can. And while Reed develops a machine to reverse their powers,
Even a small miscalculation could increase our symptoms exponentially, or perhaps even kill us.
How could I have been so careless?
Doom's powers seem to be getting stronger as well. Not being able to take it anymore, Johnny decides to get out despite Reed and Sue's warning and goes to a motocross event.
Whoa, whoa! Come on, Johnny, come on! Is he flying?
Yeah, but it's no 7 helicopters. The group is upset with Johnny for exposing them. I think, because that already happened. And here we get to see the dynamic that makes the Fantastic Four such an interesting comic. That is to say, a family. Yes, they fight, but they stay together like real families do. Unfortunately, the others don't seem to grasp Ben's plight. Looking the way he does has negatively affected his entire life, but luckily Olivia Pope here still sees the man behind the stone.
So sad.
Dr. Doom plans to separate Ben from the group so he can easily take out the other three, by getting into his head that Reed only wants to spend more time with Sue.
What? So you can play Twister with your girlfriend while I'm the freak of the week? Freak! Freak!
And Johnny, of course, doesn't help out either.
It's clobbering time!
It's catchy, right?
Great.
That was the prototype!
Meanwhile, feeling like he has no other choice, Reed gets into his own machine, trying to reverse the powers that the cosmic storm gave him.
It has worked, hasn't it? You'll be all right now. I know it's worked!
Nah, I'm just kidding. The machine does actually work, but it requires more power. Power that Dr. Doom can supply, and he uses it to turn Ben back to normal. But you don't get a name like Dr. Doom by being nice, as he takes the thing out of the equation and then sets his sights on Mr. Fantastic.
So tell me, what happens when you superheat rubber?
Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
Doom takes the opportunity to abduct Reed and tortures him.
Cool party.
Stop that! Oh, shit. Gotta watch that. Actually, one of the best things about the movie is Dr. Doom's costume. The outfit looks great. Kudos to the designer on that one. In an attempt to take out the rest of the Fantastic Four, Doom sends a heat-sinking rocket at the Baxter building, knowing that it would be attracted to Johnny.
Come on, flame on!
What they don't realize is that somehow Doom has flipped the footage on them. Invisible Woman sneaks in to save Reed, but is quickly taken out. Luckily, Ben has re-exposed himself to the cosmic radiation, which means
It's clobbering time.
their fight spills onto the streets of New York, where the entire Fantastic Four team unites to take on Dr. Doom.
This is gonna be fun.
Doom powering up sounds like the Tasmanian devil. Thanks to Reed's brilliant intellect and the teamwork of the Fantastic Four, they defeat Dr. Doom, sealing him in his own metal skin. The movie concludes with Reed and Sue engaged, Johnny happy that his family has embraced their destiny, and Ben accepting who he is. A touching ending to the movie, as Victor is left in the care of top men.
Who?
Top men. And that was the first, kinda, Fantastic Four movie. How was it? Well, to put it simply, it's not very good. While I felt that the casting was decent, especially Michael Chiklis, where the movie really falls flat is the writing and directing. The story is, let's face it, pretty boring. The Fantastic Four only really do one thing in the movie, and that saves some people on a bridge which they caused to begin with. The rest of the film just deals with them adapting to their powers and each other, and of course, Sue and Reed's relationship. Not something you'd be expecting from a family of superheroes who, often at times, travel to other dimensions or fight alien races. On the plus side, I enjoyed the costume design by Jose Fernandez and the makeup and special effects team on the Thing's bodysuit. It looked pretty good. A far cry better than that piece of shit from the reboot. As for how it did, it was a success at the box office, taking in $300 million, more than doubling its $100 million budget. But that doesn't make a good movie. Audiences were just hungry for superhero movies back then, and they would go see what they could. Ultimately, the Fantastic Four is mixed with bad jokes, some terrible acting, and a boring story. Well, I will say this, the movie did teach me to embrace who you are, as long as you don't turn into a giant orange rock freak.
Freak! Freak!
God, I love that clip. Later, true believers.
On another space adventure, they got hit by cosmic rays. And the four would change forever in some most fantastic way. No need to fear, they're here just on the floor. Fantastic Four! Don't need no more. That's ungrammatical. Reed Richards is elastic. Johnny!
Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and please take a minute to like, comment, and subscribe for more super videos.